If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
For all new and current subscribers, welcome back to Resilient Love.
Resilient is being able to overcome difficult situations. This podcast is about love, tips on life,
and how to level up in your business. Let's get started on the journey.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Resilient Love. Wow.
So what's today's episode about, Q?
Today's episode is about Business Chronicles.
Business Owner Chronicles.
Oh, my bad. Business Owner Chronicles, y'all. Got corrected by the teacher here. But anyway, yeah, so today's episode is about Business Chronicles. We'll be covering, hitting a host of different topics. Also kind of being transparent about our journeys and just some tools and tips and things that we've learned over the course of the years, as well as through the pandemic. So I'll jump right in. I'll jump in and start with Purposed Apparel, which is, I guess, technically I started, but we really started together. It was before we were married, but it was just, our first shirt was, of course, Wake Up, Pray Up, Level Up. That was our
jump out.
Yeah.
Introduction.
And it was birthed out of sometimes I just have these ideas, have these thoughts, and I just put them in my phone, put them in my notes. And I kept seeing this one, and it just kept popping out at me. So I'm like, okay, it's time to create something.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure words of affirmation are so important in our daily lives. When somebody sees that shirt, they automatically begin to think.
Mm-hmm.
Versus if you see, let's just say the upper echelon brands, Ralph Lauren, Gucci, Louis Vuitton.
The ones that are established.
Right. Those are brands that you look at, but you don't really
get inspired.
Yeah.
Just like the shirt he's wearing now. I mean, mind over matter, you know. I know one female said, "You don't mind, I don't mind, and you don't matter." But anyway, if you ever listen to this, shout out to you. But like Quint was saying, it was birthed out of when Quinton was working out at a particular establishment. It was a constant thing that we said to each other. He said it to me one day, and I said, "That's it. That's going to sell one day." Because he was like, "Breonna, you know, I get up, I do my thing, I say my prayers, and my goal is to do better and be better." And he said, "Wake up, pray up, level up." I'm like, exactly. That's what you're doing every day. That's a 3-step affirmation. Wake up, pray up, and level up. Reposition for purpose. And that's what he did. He started a blog. He was always on social media posting. And we're going to get into that in a second, because posting is something that every business owner needs to have a part of their regimen. Okay. So here's a business owner tip from us to you, and something we ourselves are taking heed to. You need to post at least once a day. Let people know I'm still here. Because guess what? You know Walmart's still there. You know Target's still there. You even know The places that you don't like and you think they're nasty, they are there. They're not stopping or getting caught up in, I had a rough day at work, I don't want to post, or stuff is going on, I'm not going to post. Your business is open, you should be posting.
I got a good point for that. A point for that, I think, is, let's take in comparison, like you said, Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart is like, you can't go to a city without a Walmart.
Most times. Mm-hmm.
Usually you're in the boondocks, the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And so if you compare Walmart to, let's just say, a furniture company like Furniture Fair,
mm-hmm.
Or Badcock and Bath, one of those,
mm-hmm.
a lot of times they have somebody jumping out there, have somebody out there with the sign, turning the sign and doing all this. And especially tax businesses, H&R Block and all those.
Liberty. Mm-hmm.
Liberty, yep.
Liberty loves it. Liberty.
and just compare that. So think about, Walmart did all the hard work back in the day.
Mm-hmm. They set the foundation.
Right. They did all the foundational work back in the day. So now that they don't even have to have somebody out there on the corner twirling the sign, because they're that known. They
mm-hmm.
made their presence that known. And I'm not saying those other companies didn't, but they came with a different agenda.
That's right.
And now they are not having to do what those furniture companies doing and those tax businesses are doing, because they set that presence.
Mm-hmm.
And now they actually are afforded the opportunity to work more on the back end, which we prefer in the business world, the back office.
Right.
On marketing, strategy. How are we going to excel within the next 5 to 10 years? They are always thinking 10 steps ahead, while others are still stuck at 2.
So that leads us to why Purpose Apparel is on a pause.
Mm-hmm.
Purpose Apparel is on a pause because if we're being transparent, we did not continue to innovate. And what I mean is, it's a terminology that I actually learned from my students' curriculum. It's called design thinking. When you're in the process of designing something, it's about 5 stages that you have to go through to get to the actual item. And so Quinton and I, we went through the empathizing phase where we started talking to people. We started collecting data. We got to the phase where we began to define what we were going to talk about. What was our branding? We even got to the stage where we began to create the shirts. We began to, set up different ideas, mock-ups as they call it. And then we actually put a prototype out there, which we put our shirts out there. But here's where we messed up. When we tested the market, it was hot for a moment. And we did not go back to that other stage I told you about called the prototype. But then you got to go back to the ideation stage or the creation stage. We didn't go back and create like we should have when the first launch wasn't the best launch. And so we want to encourage you all that when your first launch is not your best launch, relaunch. Mm-hmm. Relaunch. Don't get caught up in, oh, I flopped. How many times have you seen a basketball player go for a layup and, honey, they lay down? Mm-hmm. Sometimes your layup really means you lay down. It really means that you should have passed the ball to your neighbor. But guess what? That's why they call it an alley-oop. That's why they call it a rebound. Because somebody came behind you and helped you get the points. So maybe you needed to reach out to one of your friends to help be a brand ambassador for your company. Maybe you should have did some more email marketing and push more content like that. There's different aspects of business that we have to begin to tap into, right? It's called the analytics. And so Quinton and I, in our beginning stage of what we call the incubator, we realized, you know what? We did not do the proper due diligence to make this thing really work. So we honestly took a hiatus. Mm-hmm. And with the hiatus, it led us to go back to that stage I told you about called ideation or creation. And in that creation stage, we began to make more designs. We reached out to different individuals and we ended up getting a spot last year, 2019, at Artisan Village, which is in Goldsboro, North Carolina. With us partnering with Artisan Village, which is a small business center where other businesses have their shops there. So it's like a mini mall. Mm-hmm. And so as you walk through, you really see a lot of Black-owned businesses within this Artisan Village. It's on 123 North Center Street. You got it? 123 North Center Street in Goldsboro. And we're right there in the front. And so we actually produced more attention. We were able to get more clientele through this. But when COVID-19 hit, it hit the business too. Mm-hmm. So we had to pivot, which leads us to the Business Owner Chronicles. Right. We're telling you that some of your ideas will hit, and some of your ideas will hit because of a season. Now, y'all know I love some Chick-fil-A. And so Chick-fil-A has a seasonal shake, the peach milkshake. If you like peach milkshake, say, oh, yeah. Okay, he don't like it. So anyway, the peach milkshake is seasonal. So you know, around April to, I want to say August, maybe September, they kind of still selling it even right now in September as we're recording. But nonetheless, it's seasonal. You're not going to get this peach milkshake the whole 12 months, okay? It's for a certain season. And so I just want to encourage somebody, even with that statement, sometimes you're going to be thriving in one season, and in another season, you're going to be sowing. One season, you're going to be reaping, and one season, you're going to be sowing. What am I saying? In one season, you're going to be like, boom, people taking your stuff off the shelf. And the next season, you're going to have to go into your cocoon, go into your quiet place, and regroup, rethink, reinvent, okay? That's why you got to remember that from English class, that means again. I don't mean to. Business Owner Chronicles.
Well, you also have to take when you begin out, sometimes it's just not going to flow exactly how you envisioned it. Mm-hmm. So you got to learn how to adjust.
Right.
You got to keep adjusting. One of the areas that we struggled in, we stopped adjusting at a point. Mm-hmm. And we did we're hot for a minute. We on and off.
Right.
You got to just turn the switch on, stay on, and just begin to maneuver that thing out. One big part of it is you got to get organized.
Man.
You got to structure your time and structure your day and structure your business. You got to have quarterly goals.
Man, one thing I want to add to that, on top of the quarterly, coming from an educator's perspective, you have to have a daily. Mm-hmm. Every day. That's why I said your business should not look closed when you're open.
Right.
Daily goals, daily motivation, daily pushing. Let's be honest. We're human. We have low moments. We get tired. But this is why so many people, if you go look on YouTube right now, you can type in how to plan your content for 3 months. How to plan your content for 6 months. And you may say, Breonna, that's a little extreme to do 6 months. And I get that. But plan ahead at least 30 days. Try it. For the month of October, from the 1st to the 31st, we have a challenge for you. Actually structure your business to have something posted every day of the month of October. Mm-hmm. And watch your numbers go up. Watch your products get sold.
I'm glad you said it that way. Also, we are in a pandemic currently, but you have to also know that in anything that, if you go back and look at history, even in the stock market or anything, anytime there was a disaster or a moment of great defeat, saying the walls were just caving in, there was always the land of opportunity for those that had vision to see it. So me saying that means most businesses are closing early and opening later. That means that your presence needs to be on social media because people have more downtime than they ever have had before. That means somebody needs to be seeing your business while the doors are closed, while operations are close, after hours. I mean, what you said was profound. I just wanted to add that your business should be making money while you sleep. In the aspect, even if you don't make money that next day, it's in a reserve because somebody already saved your link. They're going back to purchase. Maybe they can't purchase today. We in hard times right now. But they remembered you because they kept constantly seeing you.
They kept seeing your consistency. And I'm telling you guys, and I mean, we all can just keep it real with each other. You know, you have to find your level of consistency. Now, when I say your business is open daily, I really mean that. However, if you can dedicate every Wednesday, I'm going to post, or every Tuesday, Thursday, I'm posting, whatever you're going to commit to, people will remember you. Think about it. If you have a popular show on TV, you're going to commit to that day. Oh, my show comes on Wednesdays. I'm not talking to y'all. My show comes on Friday. I'm not talking. That's the thing. It's only one day a week, but they're consistent with the time in which the slot they chose. They're always there when you turn it on. You have to look at your business like that. When people turn on to my channel or my page or my website, definitely have a website. FYI, have a website. And that's something else Quinton and I wanted to mention as well. You know, when we started the game of selling t-shirts, we did not specifically have a website. Quinton and I dibble-dabbled. That's my phrase. We dibble-dabbled. We tried this, we tried that. And I mean, you know, trial and error.
Sometimes you got to dibble-dabble until you finally dabble on the right track. And now, in 2020, we are finally understanding where we made mistakes. The things about mistakes are just a step for opportunity. But you have to be willing to see the opportunity within the mistake.
See it.
So now it's just like in retail. Now more than ever, and me working with some major brands in retail before, I truly understand this. Now most brick and mortar branding companies in retail are struggling. Some are not per se online, but that retail side of brick and mortar is struggling. And they're trying to figure out their way.
Right.
It's coming back slowly.
Yeah.
But you can see now that the digital online presence is what's going to be the new generation of retail. And those that are not willing to adjust or pivot to that, they will kind of suffer.
They will suffer. And if we're honest, we are definitely advocates for small business owners because every company that's major was small. So do not forsake the humble beginnings or the small beginnings, because you can and will be big if you stay consistent.
I mean, we had some of the best stuff from small businesses before. Sometimes like that coffee we had, it was amazing.
So good. Mabrusa, one of our past guests, Janine McBride.
We will drop the link below. That is some awesome coffee.
Order some right now. So that was a quick plug. But yes, so that's the thing. We have to be consistent in our field, in our area of interest, and keep going. So what is the status today? Because we want to be sure to tell you guys the company, what we did, and then now what's the current status. So the current status is we are closing out the Wake Up, Pray Up, Level Up journey, and we're actually switching to a more digital platform. So be on the lookout for that in 2021. Now, moving forward to the next one, which is Behind the Screen Media, LLC, which that was the former name. Now the current name is Streamline Media Agency, LLC, which yours truly.
A lot of changes in 2020.
Yours truly is the operator. Now, the thing about Behind the Screen Media, former name, current name, Streamline Media Agency, is that I started this company literally in college, kind of stumbled upon it, if you will. I was the webmaster for the Student Association for Educators as I was at my school, North Carolina Central University. And so through that, yeah, I had to shout them out. Through that, it also pushed me to manage the social media pages for SNCAE. Okay. So after I graduated college, I ended up helping a local chapter of NAACP, and I also assisted with my church. Through these avenues, it led me to want to strive to actually develop a business because I really love media marketing. I love basically my passion for this comes from I like for people to be in the know. I don't want you to be left out. I don't want you to be confused or don't understand. I want you to have an opportunity to support somebody or go to an event. There were so many moments in high school and in school period where, of course, we're passing out papers to each other. You miss stuff. It's late. You get the paper late. And so, of course, we know that can happen on social media. But my point is, I want to be the person to help you stay in the know. So that's what led Behind the Screen Media to be birthed. I actually got my LLC in 2018 and 2019, I got my LLC. And so then 2020, I said, because I was operating as Behind the Screen Media before I got the LLC. So I was already operating in my name before the legal documentation.
Did I push you for that a lot?
No, I pushed myself.
No, I didn't. I do get on your nerves sometimes. So I'm
gonna give my husband credit. He does push me, and he definitely was a part of the push to be legally contracted or legally documented, quote unquote, in my business. And so again, 2020, I said I really want to rebrand myself. I really want to establish more of a company name that does not just resemble me, but as I begin to grow and I bring on individuals or other contractors, it can be under this name of Streamline Media Agency. So the current status of the business is I have 6 clients currently. I do take on small projects outside of my clients, and I still operate as an educator by day. So I still operate Streamline Media Agency with my 6 clients, my small projects, and of course, I'm a teacher. So that is my business journey. The only thing about my journey that I would really like to highlight is you have to account for your tools. When you're setting your prices, add tax. You know what I'm saying? Add tax. That's real. That's a serious point because it's not just you working with your hands. It's not just you thinking, but you're utilizing different tools to create these things. And so the tools cost.
There's a tax on creativity.
Come on now. We're going to have to coin that one. But the point is, you really do have to put tax on what you do. And what I mean is, if, for the sake of example, you go to your favorite restaurant and the item is on the dollar menu. Let's use McDonald's. It's on the dollar menu. Well, it's not just $1. It's $1.07. So what I mean is always know that it's some tax that comes with whatever you're going to get. Mm-hmm. And don't shortchange your business. Okay. Don't shortchange yourself. Pay yourself too. That's one other thing I had to learn. Breonna deserves to get a check too. Not just work and fill up the business account, but be also cut yourself a check. That's a business tip I really did not utilize. I was always putting back in. But you got to invest in yourself too as, hey, let me cut myself a check for blank so I can go out and do whatever, So.
And that's relevant because I think that's the point of Purpose to Pair also. That was something that was big that we should have been tracking the money. We should have been tracking the data better than what we was in a system.
Mm-hmm.
A system format that at least if we wasn't getting nothing but 5% off every little sale, if it wasn't but a few dollars, pay yourself something for the legwork, the creativity. There's something. And that's a big portion. I think as you become a business owner, you have to decide, will I be a business owner as a hobby or will I treat this as a true profession, as if I'm going to my general job?
Mm-hmm.
So it really shows how you know, at first it was like, I'm gonna be a hobby today. I'm gonna be a professional today. I always had the professional mindset, but it's like you get a little
You
lazy.
got hobby tendencies.
Yeah. It's like
I'm a professional, but I got hobby tendencies. That's what we want to try. That's what we're changing, guys. In 2020, moving forward to 2021, let go of the hobby tendencies
and
operate professional.
Learn. How can I say? Relearn.
Yes.
Relearn. Be willing to relearn.
Mm-hmm.
Know that you don't know it all.
Yes.
And know that some of the stuff you've been taught has not been the best.
Not been the best advice.
And how you see money, you got to change how you see money. Because let's say if I throw out a number right now, I had a meeting the other day. It was like, these some big numbers. But if I had not exposed my mind to say that is possible, I do deserve that.
I deserve it. That's another affirmation.
Yeah.
I deserve whatever the number is.
But you got to be able to see the big number. You can't be like, okay, if I say I will pay you $120,000 a year.
Yes, I deserve that.
To do something that I need to go do something to make more money.
Yes.
Because my creativity is just screaming to get out more.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll pay you 120 so I can go make 500.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. See, but you have to be, you can't be
500,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be in a mindset where you want to pay the littlest amount and not see the big picture.
Yeah. Go big or go home.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you can't be scared of money.
Mm-hmm. Mind over matter.
Yeah, true.
I was showing the shirt. I was showing the shirt.
I know. But anyway, it was a good point. But it's just that as we have grown, like some numbers used to really like, I know me personally, I always wanted that lifestyle, wanted that type of stuff. But now I'm glad I didn't have it because I don't know if I would have been as grounded.
Mm-hmm.
So versus making $120,000 a year and spending $95,000 a year on that, see how that doesn't correlate?
Not at all.
So you making more, but you spending more. So you actually equating all the way back to the same $30,000 that you were making. So you got to think beyond the dollar. You got to learn how to manage money and not let money manage you.
Yeah. And see, that's what it comes with being a business owner. You have to make those critical decisions. This is our last story. So with Paparazzi Accessories, I joined that in 2018, November. Why are you looking at that?
I didn't know you were going there.
I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
So Paparazzi Accessories, I joined 2018, and it was actually Black Friday weekend. Most companies do like sales, especially when they're MLMs, multi-level marketing companies. And so I joined because it's $5 jewelry. I mean, nickel and lead free. I still know the lingo, baby. Come catch me. That's what I was doing. That's how I was flowing. You got to bling with Bree. I had the lingo down, baby. Still do. But here's where the kicker came in. I did not expand my market. I did not expand. I depended on, and God knows I had some great customers. But I'm saying I had to reach out more. And that's what I want to encourage somebody who's listening to us. You got to go further. You got to go further. You got to go past who already knows you. You got to go past the people that you're walking around with right now. You have to see beyond today. And that's where I messed up. I mean, I was watching the videos. I was sitting through the webinars. I was doing all the things. But my mind, like he just said, my mind did not grasp that, yeah, I want to make 6 figures of paparazzi, but you got to have a 6-figure mindset. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm telling you guys, really, real talk, business owner to business owner, you have to have the mindset to want more. Not to be cocky, but be confident in what you do. I mean, when I was doing my videos, guys, I was legitimately like, boom, boom, boom. And I may not have gotten a sale in that live, but as Quinton mentioned, after the live, people was commenting, do you still have it? Do you still have it? Can I get that piece? Can I get that piece? You know, or I may not like that piece, but do you have something similar to this? And send me a screenshot, you know, so on and so forth.
Or, I mean, I remember a lot of times seeing you, which is very important, tailoring your business to meet the needs of the people, most certainly. But knowing that you want to be in their face, you want to be there when it's time, when something comes up and somebody's going to a wedding or a birthday dinner or a baby shower. You want to be there because now you are a need-based business.
There you go.
So,
and guess what? Even though I stopped, people haven't stopped making money.
They're making more now than ever.
Because I stopped. I want to tell somebody out there, don't stop. Don't stop. Get it. Don't stop. Because when you stop, you actually increase somebody else's bank account.
Right. And let's say, and sometimes you just got to run the numbers.
Now, on the flip side, if it's not working for you, then you got to stop. Now, the point of that phrase is have discernment to know if this should continue or if this should be done. That's my point. Some people give up just because it's not as easy as they thought.
And my only point about running the numbers was, let's just say there's, I don't know the exact number. Let's say it's 1 billion people in the world.
Okay.
If your business is able to reach just 2% of that, just 2%, that ain't a lot. What will your life look? What will your children's life look? Sometimes you gotta, I think as a business owner, it goes back to something we always hear a lot. You gotta really zone back into your why, and your why will push you
to the what and the how.
And it'll push you in those moments where you like, this ain't working out. It ain't like I thought it was. The money ain't booming.
Or like Tamala Man, truth is you tired.
Right. But you got to remember, like, what legacy do you want to leave?
Yeah.
And I think people at this point in life with a whole pandemic, people have woke, have got woke.
Quote unquote.
More now than ever before. And, people have lost jobs.
The market has shifted.
It's shifted.
And that's what we want to tell every business owner out there. It's time to shift. If we could give you a summary, it's time to shift. Maybe you were operating in the beauty industry. Maybe it's time to shift. If you are in the beauty industry and you say, well, I'm not getting the attention I want, it's time to be more consistent. It's time to shift. Whatever you've been doing right now, I want you to switch up the tempo. You might be going too slow. Pick up the speed. If you're going too fast, it's time to slow down because you're missing something. You're missing the mark because you're going too fast. You're trying to cover all these bases. You need to stand still and know and do your due diligence of planning out your posts, being able to create email marketing for your clientele, and actually collaborating with people. That's the last point I really want to give you guys in this whole situation. You got to be willing to collaborate because somebody knows a little bit more than you. And guess what? If you collaborate with someone who does not know as much as you, you can raise them up to your level and beyond. It's okay for somebody to level up. That's the whole point. If you want to be a big business, you can't keep staying at level 1.
And if you're not willing to shift, you can get caught out of season. And sometimes when you get caught out of season, let's say it's winter and you don't have a coat.
Come on.
You may freeze to death. So you want to shift and not get caught out of season in your business, which could be detrimental and cost you everything you work for, all the time you put in. Why get caught out of season when all you got to do is shift? shift is going to happen whether you do it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So with us saying that, one of the famous ones we know of is what? The movie industry. Oh, hotels.
Yeah.
Now I can order the hotel on my I don't even have to go to a hotel no more. I can rent somebody's house.
Airbnb.
There's an app called Turo.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to see if I can put the link below. Turo will allow you to treat your car rental system just like Airbnb. You can order a car of anything in any city. When you get there, I mean, I literally could go to Vegas and have a Maserati.
Mm-hmm.
And that shows you the innovation. See, now Enterprise, all those car rental companies, they have to get on their marketing game stronger, because innovation is happening whether they want to shift or not. And if they don't shift in a timely manner, they'll get caught out of season.
Yep.
Blockbuster got caught out of season.
And now that's why we have Netflix and Redbox. So we give you guys all these examples of our journey and other major companies' journeys to say this one thing. It's time to shift your business and make it better. You know, Resilient Love is about love, tips on life, and how to level up in your business. So we hope that this episode gave you some encouragement to shift to your next level. See you next time.
See you next time. Just shift.
Just shift.
Thanks so much for listening to Resilient Love Podcast. We wanted to take this opportunity to also let you know that you can help us by committing to a monthly fee of 99 cents, $2.99, or $9.99. Those contributions help us to keep this movement of resilient love going. Blessings to all listeners and subscribers. Thank you all.
Resilient love.